opening statement.
Okay. Well, I thought we were really excited to come in and play. Austin Peay obviously is very well coached. Matt Figger was on my staff. I'm very proud of him and what he's doing at Austin Peay, and they've had a really good run since he's been there. So it's always good for your program to have a chance to play against one of the better teams, better programs in the league. And I am very well aware of what Austin Peay's history is with Coach Luce, and nothing but admiration and respect. So, and they got a good team right now. Good players. They got some veteran players. Obviously with Terry, they got some really good young freshmen that are coming here and have been able to, figure it out and have a huge impact to their team. Very impressed with them. They're really, really physical. And with that being said, I felt like in the first half, we were kind of our own worst enemy a little bit. We had 14 turnovers in the first half. We fouled 10 times, so we were not able to execute on offense or defense. And again, you got to give Austin Peay credit for that, but I do feel like that we can play better basketball. And I was disappointed, I think, more so than anything in myself. I've got to do a better job of teaching these guys the game, of how to play, what works, what doesn't work, both offensively and defensively. But I've also got to create some trust and belief where they believe that they can compete against this team. Our team probably lacks a few things, just from a roster standpoint, but we're more than capable of what we have of playing a good brand of basketball and challenging and putting ourselves in a situation to see what the outcome may be, especially here at home. So I thought our team really battled and competed. There was no quit in them. There was fight all the way to the end. I do think that, some guys had some good performances, and but for us to be able to make a jump as a program, for our individual young men to grow up and become move towards the players and the leaders we want them to be, we got to continue to learn. We got to develop our skills. We got to develop physically, and then I think more than anything else, we just got to develop a sense of really, really wanting to become a competitor. What is that standard that I'm going to set for myself to compete at, day in and day out in practice, in the classroom? And if we do that enough, it's going to translate to that court no matter who we're going against. And, tonight I think we'll probably have some regrets. We lay our head down tonight because, I feel like there was better basketball that we left on the table and didn't quite get it. So we're going to keep working. We're going to keep sowing into these guys. We're going to keep dealing in hope and encourage them and trying to inspire them to be the best version of themselves, because I do think that they have it in them. I do think they want it.
67 points from 4 players, including 27 for Terry Taylor. How tough of a team is that to defend?
I think they've got some really good pieces, especially when they kind of like play him at the 5. Because he can step out and shoot the ball from the perimeter. He's capable of bouncing the ball once or twice as well. But he's just physically a different guy. He's big, he's physical, he's athletic. When he gets his body on you, he can really neutralize you. And then when he spins, he knocks you out of the way. So right now, physically, we just weren't able to compete with him on a repetitive basis up front. The one thing about their team that I'm very impressed with, I think their starting point guard got hurt and injured in the preseason. He's not even playing. Yeah. So they're doing all this minus their best perimeter guard, which I think is a tribute to their coaches. I think it's a tribute to their young players having to learn faster, grow up, find a way to be competitive, and getting their stuff into the game. It's pretty impressive.
The fight the team showed from midway through the second half, there's a lot of promise here because the team did not hang its head. They just kept fighting and kept fighting.
Yeah, no, I think I've said this many, many times. I think that we are getting better. I think you can see some leadership. I think you can see some really good spacing at times on our offense. We still struggle making layups that we have an angle to the basket. We still really struggle, and that's front court players as well as guards. And then primarily we struggle reading defense at the front of the rim, and that's primarily the guards. Yeah. Our bigs don't really make a lot of post moves. We're not built like that right now. And I think that's where we got a chance to make the most growth, because Junior and Keyshawn and Tay, they do an unbelievable, and Jeremy when he gets back, and now Dane, you saw tonight, started getting some of that. We do a good job of getting the ball to the right spot. We just got to read defense better.
Junior next year had a fantastic night tonight. Just talk a little bit about his effort tonight.
Well, he's an unbelievable competitor. He has really grown, I think, as a leader in the time that I've been here. And the thing that, and you can ask him, but from my standpoint, I think he's got a lot more to go. I think he's just scratching the surface. Everybody knows about Junior Clay being an all-league player last year. He's more than capable of getting 20 a night. Junior's biggest challenge now, do I want to be a guy that gets 20 a night, or do I want to be a guy that maybe I do less and my team does more? He's got to find a way from the point guard spot, from a playmaking spot, from a leadership standpoint. He's got to find a way to impact our program more in terms of bringing guys and elevating our play. I just think I'm excited because he's been very coachable. He doesn't miss a practice. I said it out there earlier that there was a point in time this year where he wasn't feeling well. He was under the weather. He knows if you don't go to school, that you don't play. He went to class. And even though he was sick, didn't try to use it to get out because that's how bad he wants to play. So whatever anybody thinks that he's doing right now, and maybe I'm too hard on him, but I really believe him. I think that he's got more. I think you're going to see greater things down the road.
Junior, you got a little bit of a groove there. What were you seeing out on the court?
Just late in the game, I think their pressure, we started getting used to their pressure. We started getting to our spots and started being stronger with the ball, making better reads. At the beginning of the game, I think they sped us up, and I think our youth kind of played a part in that, just getting in there and bumping us off our drives, me included. And I think that just showed a lot. But later in the game, I think, like I said, I think it kind of just eased. We kind of settled in and got used to the play.
And of course, this is another tough matchup against a conference opponent, but you guys were still able to move the ball around pretty well and try to find some good looks. How comfortable are you guys starting to get with each other?
We're a tight team. I can say we're a very tight team on and off the court. And I've been trying to do a better job on the court when things aren't going our way, just taking on that leadership role, trying to keep us together as much as possible. And I think that comes with our youth too. I think everyone's used to things going their way more than not coming from the high school level. And when it doesn't, we just kind of go our own ways, and I try to keep us together, just be the nucleus for that.